What's up? We are here. We have made it to the finale of the longest series I've made so far. The top five 2025 champions in the game. Now, some of you are probably thinking, Tanner, 2026 is a thing. And yes, that is, but there's been like 10 champions released so far. So we're not even halfway through the year. So I will not be making a video on the top five 2026 champions because my top five could completely be wrong by the end of the year. So yeah, 2026 will not happen until the end of the year. I will plan on making one of these every year if I keep making videos. But yes, we are here, the top five 2025 tag champions. It has been an amazing series. You all have shown so much support. And you all have given me great ideas for the next series I'm willing to make. But yeah, hopefully tomorrow or sometime soon, I will have a video out ranking every single year together in one big video and finding out which year is the ultimate best year, because this year I will say is pretty competitive with 2023, because so far 2023 was kind of leading the race, but this year has a very, very strong top five. But yeah, hope you all like the series. Thank you all for tuning in, all that good stuff. Like, subscribe, do all that. You all know the drill. Comment what my next series should be. But yeah, let's go ahead and hop right into the top five 2025 champions. And as always, 3 honorable mentions. There are going to be 3 random honorable mentions I want to honorable mention from this year. That being said, number 1 is actually Paviter. So, Paviter is one of my favorite champions from this year. I absolutely love Paviter. Have him rank 4. He was my first Ascended champion I ever got from the pass. He is just a very, very fun champion to play. I will say I don't use him as much anymore. I've kind of slowed down on using him, but he is a very, very great attacker. And I've learned in BGs he's actually a very, very great defender too, just because that evade is random and his specials are so weird to death. And his AI is so weird. So he's actually a very, very great defender too. Has great utility with the power steals. His damage, like, nobody's really immune to, so it's very easy to do damage. He is great for every class in the game, but obviously, you want to use him against high buff Cosmics, but he's really great for every class in the game. You can ramp him up pretty easy. Also, one more thing, Iron Fist Relic. If you're not using the Iron Fist Relic, he drops down like 2 tiers. The Iron Fist Relic bumps him up so much. When you are max ramped with 10 plus buffs, the Iron Fist Relic allows you to do like 50k first hit on the heavies. It is absolutely insane, because I'm always heavy with Paviter. That's the playstyle. I basically always heavy with Paviter. I don't really do any other basic attacks. I just heavy, build SP1, launch SP1, then launch a big SP2. So yeah, Iron Fist Relic is what you want. I have a maxed out Iron Fist Relic just for that reason. But Paviter, definitely a great honorable mention. Now, next up on the honorable mentions is actually a skill champion. It is a Okoye. So Okoye is probably the number 6 spot on this list. I would say Paviter would actually be number 7. Okoye was so close to making the list, but I just couldn't put her ahead of the number 5 spot. She's a very, very great champion. This is a definition of a champion that the deep dive did not do justice. They have a lot of champions in the game where the deep dive makes the champion look way worse than they are. Insane damage. That's all she is. Just insane damage. Insane nuke potential. Has great utility with the ensnare, so she has really great ability accuracy reduction. She's not that great of a defender. She can catch you off guard. But she's just such a great attacker. She deserves an honorable mention. Finally, the last honorable mention for the last year is actually a champion that I have underrated, or basically not been a fan of for the longest time, but now I'm on the train, and that is Bastion. So Bastion also just missed out on the list. These 3 champions they are so close to the top 5. I just couldn't give them the top 5 just because this year is very, very great. That's what I'm saying. This year is very, very stacked. When Bastion is arguably the 7th or 8th best champion in the year. So Bastion is a tech utility god with great damage. Any mutant you're taking down, a lot of it. He can do any class too. That's a great thing about him. He's a great bullseye counter. He's just a great counter for a lot of tough defenders in the game, just because his kit is very, very simple, and it's very, very easy to play with. And yeah, he's very, very satisfying to use. I only have him up at rank 2. I do need to get him up. He deserves to be a rank 4 champion. I've just been kind of underrating Bastion for the longest time. But yeah, Bastion is a very, very sick champion. Now, getting into the top 5. Number 5 is a champion I've also underrated for the longest time, but now I'm on the hype train. Once again, I'm hyping these champions up now. I used to be on the underrated train. Carolina Dean, number 5. She's just insane, man. This is another champion. When I was watching the deep dive, I was not very impressed. She's nuts. She's just so fun to play too. She can do so many different matchups with her kit because you don't really have to hit the opponent basically that much at all. You just gotta launch specials. You just want to save the stun and soak, and that's basically all her kit. A great solo counter. She counters a lot of annoying skill champions too. A great counter for basically a lot of champions in the game that aren't Mystic that can nullify her buffs. She's just a great attacker, and even at that, she can do a lot of stuff on defense just because she's kind of tanky with the glancing and that she gets power gains, so she can launch those specials that are very, very hard to dex. But yeah, Carolina Dean, I've underrated her for the longest time. No longer underrating her. She is very, very good. Her playstyle is very awkward at first, but once you get used to it, I mean, she just cooks. She cooks anything and everything. So yeah, Carolina Dean warrants this number 5 spot in my opinion. Even though I've underrated her for the longest time, I believe she is a number 5. Now, getting into my number 4 spot is a rank 4 champion that actually got nerfed, and that is Spider Woman. So before the nerf, I still would say she would be the number 4 spot. She definitely is better without the nerf. Obviously, a nerf makes the champion worse. I still don't think that changed my opinion on her very much. I did find the ability action reduction to be very helpful, but anytime I play with her, that wasn't a crutch mechanic. She still is annoying on defense, so it's nothing crazy. I will say she was way more annoying before, but she still is annoying now. But yeah, Spider Woman is just absolutely insane. The Power Sting GOAT in the game, in my opinion. Great attack, great defensive, great utility. She's just amazing. An amazing, amazing character. Plus, her character model looks sick. I'm a big fan of the comic character models. And she looks straight out of a comic book. So yeah, Spider Woman. I absolutely love Spider Woman. She is a rank 5 candidate. Basically this whole top 5 list and all the honorable mentions could be rank 5 candidates for me. The only year that was like that was 2023. But yeah, Spider Woman, absolutely love her. The nerf did kind of suck, but I still don't think that changed my opinion on her very much. She still probably would have been the number 4 from this year. Now, next up, this is kind of where we get a little bit of bump in power. We're still like 10 out of 10 champions, but we could be at a 10.5 right here. And it is actually Nico Minoru. So, I believe the worst part of her kit is actually on attack. And she's still very, very solid on attack. She's not a nuke at all. She's not really a nuke much at all unless they have a bunch of buffs. And even at that, she still does feel kind of slow. But she has very, very great utility. And she's a defender. She's one of the most annoying defenders in the game. Literally my least favorite defender to fight right now. I just can't stand fighting a Nico. I don't know why. Her kit just works so perfectly on defense. And I don't think they intended her to be that annoying on defense. I really don't. When I first saw the deep dive, I did not get really much defensive vibes. I thought she was going to be a sneaky defender that you put down every now and then, and they would catch you off guard. But yeah, that's just not the case. She's just very annoying to fight on defense. Once again, she's very, very great on attack too. She's not a nuke though, so don't take her into battlegrounds thinking you're going to nuke fights in 30 seconds. Her utility is very good. She has great pre-fights too, and the fact you can spawn in with a buff immunity. You can only use this once per quest, but in battlegrounds it doesn't matter. You only have one use of them anyways. But yeah, Nico Minoru is amazing. Definitely warrants the top 3 spot. I personally underrate her on attack a lot. I don't find myself using her very much on attack anymore. I just use like Kuchala or somebody, but she is very, very great, and she's one of the most annoying defenders in the game. But yeah, next up on the list, this is where we get into the GOATs in my opinion. I love these 2 characters for a very, very good reason. Number 2, Dark Phoenix. Why do I love these? Why do I love this character? She's a Jean Grey. Not to spoil number 1, but Dark Phoenix, she's just an animal, man. She, like in the last video, how I talked about Deathless Thanos and Serpent, that's how Dark Phoenix is. She can do anything you want. Any content in the game, you bring Dark Phoenix in, and it's just an instant win. She's great on attack, great on defense, solid utility, one of the best defenders in the game. Great at, very, very underrated on attack, I will say. A lot of people that have her don't ever use her on attack. I use her on attack all the time. Very, very, very great on attack. Short form, long form, medium form, anything she does perfectly fine. She's also one of the best defenders in the game. Nowadays, she has fallen off just a little bit just with all the mystics coming out like Nico Minoru. She's still very, very solid though. And I believe is the second best from this year. The only problem with her is she just was a whale out champion. Luckily, I had a bunch of units saved up, so I did not have to spend much money to get her. But I will say, if you did not have any units saved up, you had to spend like $1,000 to get her. I was not like that. I had a lot of units saved up at that time, so I got lucky. But yeah, Dark Phoenix is absolutely amazing. One of my first rank 4s too. Now, getting to number 1, you guys knew it was going to be this. She is arguably my favorite champion in the game now. Yeah, there's not much more to say. It's Jean Grey. One of my first R5s, just absolutely amazing. I love Jean Grey so much. She might not be the best champion in the game, but I don't care. I personally do believe she is one of the best champions in the game. A lot of people, I've been seeing a lot of kind of hate around Jean Grey recently. And it's kind of out of the blue. Like, when everybody talks about Jean Grey, I'll see in the comments or like live stream chats where they kind of underrate her a lot. And that is very, very shocking. And it's just recently. When she came out, she was like God's gift to Earth, it felt like. But, yeah, I don't know what's going on if people just stop using her, but she's just insane. Once again, insane on attack, great utility, and one of the best defenders. Like, there's just not much more you could ask from her. Nobody's immune to her damage besides Maker, but you're not using her in tech matchups. You're using Cosmics in tech matchups like Dark Phoenix. But yeah, Jean Grey, of course, it was going to be number one. Very, very easy rotation too. You just want to build as many Neuro Shocks, launch an SP1, launch an SP2, and you win the game. So yeah, Jean Grey, one of my favorite champions in the game, arguably my favorite champion in the game. You all know I love Jean Grey. She will be going up to rank 6. She will be going to max ascended when she can get ascendable. She's just a GOAT in my opinion. Once again, a comic accurate character model, kind of. Looks pretty sick, and her pink just looks amazing. But yeah, this was the end of the top 5 tag or 20-year tag champions. It was an amazing series. I love making them. I don't know how many years. I think we've done 12 videos on this series over the last few weeks, and it's been absolutely amazing. Stay tuned. Look out for the ranking of every single year in a one big tier list. I can't wait to make that. But yeah, question of the day. I've been waiting for this question till the very end of the series. Every background of my thumbnails has a color for a specific reason. For the worst and best classes, the background were the class. So in an example, Cosmics were light blue, Mystics were purple, Skill was red, Science was Mutant was yellow, Science was green, Tech was dark blue. In the backgrounds of all those videos, that is the case. With the year tag champions, there wasn't a specific color for the classes because we weren't just going over one class. So my question of the day for you guys is, why did I choose the colors I chose for each background? And there is a specific reason. If somebody can guess it, you get a crisp high five from your boy and you'll get a shout out. But yes, thank you all so much for tuning in this series. Stay tuned for basically the big finale. I called this finale, but a little bit of a dessert for it. But yeah, catch you guys in the next one.